Good evening, everyone. Today I am going to be talking about famous events that occurred during the year I was born. I was born February 26, 1980. And I apologize in advance that I am not standing right now. I sprained my ankle, so I'm not able to keep any weight on it at this time. So I'm sitting down, so I apologize. To begin off, I was, like I said, born February 26, 1980. I'm born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. The temperature on my birthday was 2 degrees, which is not uncommon for February. We had snow on the ground, according to my parents, and I did look. It was snowy. Not quite blizzardish. My father said it was about maybe 8, 9 inches of snow on the ground. It was also a leap year. A leap year is when you have an extra day in February. Typically, February ends on the 28th of the month, but this year there was an additional day, so it was 29 days, so it was also a leap year. And there were quite a few major events that occurred, but there were a couple of things that I took interest in, like gas prices back then was $1.26 on average. That was like regular gas, and I thought that was just like absurd and like crazy because gas prices now are like triple, almost quadruple that. You can pay anywhere from 3.60ish on the low end and close to $4 a gallon now. So what was that, like 30, a little bit over 30 years, and gas is pretty much tripled. So about the same, tripled as 30 years ago. So by three, and then gas is times three, so triple. So it's probably looking like gas will probably be about $6 in the other 30 years. It's kind of scary. Also, the one of my favorite singers of all time, especially when I was a little girl, I absolutely adored him. Michael Jackson had one of the top hits in February of 1980, which was Rock With You. I remember when I was probably about 4 or 5 years old, my dad buying me a cassette player, and I would play that song over and over and over again to the point that the tape actually broke because I just love that song. So that song was like number one for 6 weeks. It started January 15th and ended February 29th. It stayed number one on the charts for 6 weeks. So, and it happens to be one of my favorite songs still to this day, is Rock With You by Michael Jackson. Also, a lot of people think I'm like super corny for this, but I love, 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 love West Side Story. It's one of my favorite musicals, something again that I still watch to this day. I can watch it a gazillion times. I never get tired of it. And that also was something that was pretty big then. It appeared in the what is the name of the theater? I'm sorry. It appeared in the Minskoff Theater in New York City and actually ran for 341 performances. So it was pretty popular. A lot of people liked it. It ran, that's a long time for a play to run 341 performances. So I thought that was pretty interesting. There was a big political coup that happened then. FBI ran an operation called ASCAM, which became publicly known in February of 1980. It exposed 31 members of Congress who were caught up in corruption and bribes. So that was huge. That, I guess, that stayed in the public eye for quite some time, and some of them were found guilty of bribery and corruption. Also, former Israel Foreign Minister Yigal Alon died. He died on that day. Michael Bracy ended his, I'm sorry, being trapped in the elevator in England. Ended, he was in a trapped in the elevator for 59 hours and 55 minutes. That also ended in February of 1980. There's two people that I share a birthday with, actually. Gary Majowski, he's a Major League Baseball player. He actually was born on my birthday, February 26th. And Hong Kong singer Alex Fong, he also shares my birthday as well. There were a couple of, excuse me, there were a couple of major goals for athletes that happened. Gordie Howe became the first NHL player to score 800 as a career goal. And we all know that Gordie Howe is one of our Red Wings, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what else. That's about it. February is cold month, I know that, so there's not a lot going on here in Michigan. Oh, there was an oil tanker explosion over in Greece, which 37 million gallons of oil were spilled there, which caused a lot of just horrible death of their sea creatures, and it was a big massive cleanup. Millions and millions of dollars are used on that, so that was a huge thing. And that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I missed one more big point. Egypt and Israel actually exchanged ambassadors for the very first time in February of 1980. So that was something that was really huge. It also made a lot of national news. I use DasonHistory.com, ThePeopleHistory.com, HistoryWeather.com, and also HistoryOrb.com for my resources for this particular presentation. I want to thank my audience, which is my family. Thank you. And my teacher as well for taking the time to listen. And have a good night. Bye.